house. Cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance. You see the devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It is the NMRH Pro Late Models here tonight at FairBury American Legion Speedway. It is the John Deere Wade Incorporated 60 here at FairBury. I'm Alex Robinson, joined by Brett Wheeler and Mr. Wheeler. It is the random draw here tonight, so we no qualifying, and we're going straight into heat race number 1.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Alex. As I said, heat race number 1. Might like just do some things behind the scenes. I'm just going to try and get this mic all sorted.
So here is heat race number 1, starting a lineup on your front row. In the 100 machine, it's Kenneth Payne. To the outside, the 357 of Troy Vaughn. Nick Baum will start to the inside of row number 2. To the outside, the 333 of Derek Ogden. Thomas Vickers will start in the inside of your final row in row number 3 with Michael Kennedy in the 98. 6 cars here in heat race number 1.
All right, let's see how that goes. It's going to turn me up just a little bit, so hopefully it should be okay. If you're listening in the chat, feel free to let me know if the sound is alright or whether it needs to be turned up, turned down, because well, new microphones equals new problem. Pick number 1, Alex, of the John Deere Wade Incorporated 60 FairBury American Legion Speedway. Should be a good night of racing here, Alex.
Absolutely, and remember, look who's on the front row. Me and you had an instant classic a few nights ago with this man on that front row. On the pole of this heat race, that 100 machine of Kenneth Payne. Remember, man almost ran the soup. He ran through the D, ran through the C, almost made it to the B, but 2 spots short. Tonight might be easier track as he starts on the pole of this heat race.
Well, let's see what he can do here in heat race number 1. We get set here for the John Deere Wade Incorporated 60, presented by NMRH here at FairBury. We're green. Alex, we're going to see a very slick racetrack here tonight. There's Kenneth Payne will lead Nick Baum down into turn number 1 and 2. And now look at the 357. Troy Vaughn work to the middle of the racetrack. 1 lap in, 9 to go.
Troy Vaughn on the inside there. Nick Baum. Baum hits the wall hard. Here comes the 333 of Derek Ogden now catching up to the front 2. There's Troy Vaughn. Vaughn, oh boy, he gets a little tight there. He couldn't turn the call at all. But there comes now Nick Baum to the inside slide job for the second spot. 4 cars battling it out for the second spot.
Yeah, great battle on for the minor placings. Baum drifts up the racetrack. Troy Vaughn sneaks on underneath. We're starting to see the bottom groove work. Alex McMahon, Kenneth Payne, he's been shot out of a rocket. He's got nearly a 1.5 second lead over Troy Vaughn. Nick Baum now got some pressure here from Michael Kennedy. Kennedy now works to the inside, and then he go back to the 3 for the 333 on the scoring, but 3 on the race car of Derek Ogden.
Now, I heard there was a few open practice sessions here that these guys can test out the track before race night here, and Kenneth Payne got some practice in, so this setup is tuned in tonight in the 100 machine, and he is leading here, but you see Michael Kennedy there as well. He was also in at some of these practices, and now he is in that 4 spot trailing Nick Baum.
Yeah, Baum, he's got Kennedy now trying to get up on the inside, but Baum will shut the door down into turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, here comes Troy Vaughn looking after the race lead. Vaughn looks to slide up in front of Payne. Payne has got 2.5 circuits to go. He leads by half a car length. He'll get tight. Oh no, poor Kenneth Payne. He's gone from a near 1.5 second lead back to second spot. And with 2 to run, Troy Vaughn will take over the race lead.
Troy Vaughn, your new leader. There's Kenneth Payne in the second spot. The 357 machine of Troy Vaughn down through turn number 4. He takes your white flag. Kenneth Payne trying to catch up here, but is it all for naught?
Find out 2 final turns coming out in heat race number 1. Vaughn down to the low side into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, Troy Vaughn will get the win here at the FairBury American Legion Speedway. Kenneth Payne home in 2nd, Michael Kennedy in 3rd, Nick Baum in 4th, Derek Ogden 5th, and Thomas Vickers going to round out your 6 cars in heat number 1. Let's take a look at those heat race results coming up. Make sure there's no post-race penalties. Vaughn, Payne, Kennedy, Baum, Ogden, and Vickers. Take a look at the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat number 2. And looking at 4 heat races on the program here tonight, Alex. Adam Abbas will start from position number 1, and Brandon Freeberg lines up from position number 2.
Hunter Parsons in the 000 machine starts on the inside of row number 2 to the outside, the 13. It's Travis St. Clair.
Joey Reeder will start from position number 5 in row 3 on the inside, and on his outside, driving car number 22. That is Brennan Weeks. What are you liking this one, Alex?
There's a few, and it all comes from that front 2 rows. You have Brandon Freeberg, who's been a hot hand of lately. You have Hunter Parsons in that Zero machine. You also have Travis St. Clair. But don't count out that 69 of Adam Abbott's making a feature event last week. Can he continue that role and make it into the front row tonight on this heat race win? We'll find out because, ladies and gentlemen, heat race number 2 is green.
Flag is out. Brandon Freeberg and Travis St. Clair looking to get a good start there. On the outside row, they go 3 wide pass. And Abbott's, he's going to go from first back to position 5. Look at Travis St. Clair. That car was bouncing and hopping all the way through turn number 3 and 4. Now look at Brennan Weeks from row 3 on the outside. He's looking to get inside the top 3, but there goes Travis St. Clair back to the inside. Alex, at this stage, not sure whether they're going to put all cars straight into the show. If they don't, we run a consolation race. It's going to be the top 2 that will automatically transfer in.
Right now, those top 2, it's Brandon Freeberg and the 000 of Hunter Parsons, but Parsons under pressure. And remember, those are 3 drivers I talked about before this heat race here. Freeberg, Parsons, and St. Clair all sitting there, 1, 2, and 3. St. Clair trying to go to the inside of the Zero machine, made a little contact there, and now St. Clair takes over the second spot from Parsons.
Yeah, here comes Parsons, going to use him up there on the right side, so he shows him some right side romance, loving in that 0P machine. Move Parsons into position number 2. Travis St. Clair back to 3rd. Weeks and Reeder having a good battle out for 4th and 5th. Meanwhile, halfway home, we're 5 down, 5 to run. It is all Brandon Freeberg at the moment. Here comes the 22. Brennan Weeks now to the middle of the racetrack. Alex, we're starting to see a trend at the moment. The bottom side is certainly the place to be.
Bottom side looks to be the place to be indeed, and you know, here at FairBury, it's always one of those, it's either the bottom or the top. The top is a little slicked off so far here, so that bottom side, a lot of moisture there, and you see Travis St. Clair now has some company. Brendan Weeks tried to go to the inside once more there. Brandon Freeberg still holds on to your lead with Hunter Parsons now dropping back. He's under some pressure from Travis St. Clair, so those top 4 after your leader are very close together.
Yeah, Adam Abbott as well in that 69. He was your initial pole sitter, but now unfortunately he's back in 6th position as the white flag comes out for Brandon Freeberg. 1 lap left to run in heat race number 2. There'll be 4 heat races on the program. So right now we are going to complete half the heat races here. Brandon Freeberg gets the win ahead of Hunter Parsons in 2nd. Travis St. Clair 3rd. Brennan Weeks in 4th. 5th will go to Joey Reeder. And Adam Abbott will come home in position number 6. That's heat race number 2. Those results coming up on your screen right now. No change. Freeberg, Parsons, St. Clair, Weeks, Reeder, and Abbott. Heat number 3, Alex. Let's take a look at your UltimateDirtTV starting grid thanks to LockedOnLads.com.
Starting on the pole, it is the 26 of Sage Luther to the outside. It'll be Matthew Ogden in the 051.
Devin Caldwell, car number 70, will start from position number 3 on his outside, driving for D1RT Racing. Driving car number 5, position number 4, that is Scooter Black.
Ryan Gunderson will start in your 3rd and final row to the outside from floor to the 1 for Hunt the Front. It's Jesse Enderkin.
Well, we talk about some pretty good heat races over the first couple, Alex. Geez, they don't get any more tougher right now with the likes of Sage Luther's been pretty quick in a late model in the past couple of weeks. Scooter Black, Davin Cardwell, Jesse Enderkin as well. Enderkin's going to have his work cut out for him from position number 6, but I mean, one person that's probably going to get around here all right, and just talking to him in the pits beforehand, Davin Cardwell. He's got a good setup around here.
Indeed, Davin Cardwell, Sage Luther, and Enderkin, 3 cars to watch here as green flag is out. Sage Luther gets off to a good race start there in the 26 machine, but look at Enderkin already goes to the inside there of Scooter Black. Jesse Enderkin already moving up there. Cardwell moves up the track. Here comes Enderkin to the inside. That battle is for 3rd now already.
Ogden, Cardwell, Enderkin, Black, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cardwell shuts it on. Enderkin now throws a slider on Matthew Ogden there in the 51. Oh, look out, there's some contact now between Jesse Enderkin and Matthew Ogden, and Scooter Black says thank you very much, he'll take position 3, but man, here comes Enderkin fighting straight back up on the inside down into 3 and 4. Whoa, get out of the way, here comes Jesse Enderkin. There's some There's not a straight panel on that race car, Nilly.
As you see there, he made some contact there with Scooter Black. That's after him and Ogden got into it there. So that right panel of the one machine is all banged up. They're going to have to make some major repairs that side there for the feature event. But he's into the third spot now. And you look, once again, the first three cars we talked about in this heat race are sitting 1, 2, and 3 with Sage Luther, Cardwell, and Enterkin.
Sage Luther's done a fantastic job out in front, driving car number 26. But look at Davin Cardwell. He said he was going to run the bottom, but, well, he decided maybe the top line is the place to be. He finds himself just under a second away from your race leader. 3.5 laps to go down the back straightaway. Luther continues to lead. There goes Cardwell to the bottom. Alex, take a look at some of the drivers when they go into 3 and 4. They're very, very bumpy. It must be tough to get around.
Yeah, there's been some big bumps in this racetrack already formed here tonight, but 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 laps to run for Sage Luther here. That would be a marquee win in his career so far, knocking off Davin Cardwell and Jesse Enterkin, and the white flag is going to be out for the 26.
Well, here goes Sage Luther down into the 1 and 2. Cardwell trying to close in, but, well, not going to happen this time. By into 3 and 4, your final time. Heat number 3 is complete, and Sage Luther, he will get the win ahead of Davin Cardwell in second, Jesse Enterkin third, Scooter Black in fourth, and you go back to Matthew Ogden rounding out the top 5, and Brian Gunderson comes home in position number 6. That is heat race number 3. Result about to pop up on your screen right now. There it is: Luther, Cardwell, Enterkin, Black, Ogden, and Gunderson, your top 5 and your top 6. Your fourth and final heat race coming out right now, starting from position number 1. It's John Ruggiero Jr. driving for D1RT Racing. Paul Hollander driving the 08 machine will start from position number 2.
Row number 2, the 8 machine of Jason Moore, and to the outside from New York, the 6, it's Devin Nelson.
From position number 5, driving the Hood Up Motorsports number 23, that is Matt George, and lining up to his outside, driving car number 18, position number 6, that is Michael Wooden. Alex, you got to think John Ruggiero Jr. from the pole, he's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, that 44 machine for D1RT has been, we've watched him up lately. He's had his ups, he's had his downs, but this past weekend he's had a few ups now. So let's see, can he carry it over into tonight at FairBury at the dirt track at Charlotte, a bigger track? He did some work and did some numbers on some guys there as he knocked off some of the best. But now here tonight, Damian Kiefer, he's won pretty much every race, if not every race this season. He's not in attendance tonight, so it might be that 44's night.
Well, we'll have to wait and find out your fourth and final heat race of the night. We are underway. Ruggiero leads Hollander in the 8 machine. Now there's a couple of 8s here. You got Jason Moore in that Hoosier 8. Run on the bottom side, he'll move to position number 3. Hollander 08 on scoring, but driving the 8 on the side of that race car. I think there's only about 4 or 5 numbers in this one. There's 8, there's a 6, there's a 1, there's a 2, and there's a 3, and maybe a 4. So, head out, we'll go green flag racing. Ruggiero leads from Hollander. Go back to Moore. Now Devin Nelson trying to work the top side around the outside of Jason Moore, but here comes the 23 of Matt George. Now Matt George trying to sneak up. He's into the top 5, trying to get a few more spots up.
You see Matt George in the 5th spot there. Here comes Michael Wooden as well, trying to catch up. There's Devin Nelson in the 6th machine, going after Jason Moore in the 8. Moore in the 8, he's in the 3rd spot, but Ruggiero Jr. out in front with Hollander in 2nd.
Hollander's work on the bottom side. He's caught up to John Ruggiero Jr. 3/10 of a second as it separates right now for first versus second. A little bit of a gap, about a 1.5 second gap back to third of Jason Moore. Can Ruggiero hold on for 5 more laps? It'll be 4 laps to go this time by. Hollander goes to about 3/4 away at the racetrack in 3 and 4, but he'll cut back down to the bottom side into turn number 1 and 2. He's got a nose up on the inside, side-by-side battle for the race lead. There could be a slide jump coming out from Hollander, and it happens right on cue. Hollander, Alex, he goes to the race lead.
Under there in the top spot. Now Ruggiero Jr. to the inside. That 44 machine for D1RT goes to the inside of the 8. The 8 up top. Side by side they go. This battle for your lead is on like Donkey Kong. It's Hollander. It's Ruggiero. Hollander still holds on that top side. Gave him a run, but here goes the 44 to the inside once more. That bottom side in 1 and 2 gives him momentum. He's going to go to the inside. Hold the inside as the white flag is out for Ruggiero Jr.
Ruggiero, Hollander, side by side into turn number 1 and 2. It's a drag race. Hollander's got it just. Here comes Ruggiero to the middle of the racetrack. Hollander down low. It's a drag race. Oh, boy, too close to call. Wow, we want to finish in heat number 4. Ruggiero and Hollander, they come to the line nearly at a dead even. We'll have to go to official timing and scoring on that one before we get into what will be B-main number 1. And this will basically be just lining up for starting positions on the inside row. Here it is. Alex. Heat race number 4.148. Ruggiero, it's a lot closer than what I thought, actually. I actually thought it was a lot closer than what it seemed. But Ruggiero, Hollander, those two drivers will go to the main event. Moore, Nelson, Wooden, and George will find themselves in B-main number 2. We take a look at B-main number 1, your UltimateDirtTV starting grid. 15 laps will be the distance. And Alex, we're only going to take the top 7. So, unfortunately, for this build, one car is going to miss out. But Michael Kennedy will start from position number 1. And Jesse Entigan in the hunt in the front. Number 1 will start position number 2.
The 0-2 of Nick Baum will start in row number 2 with the D1RT number 5. It's Scooter Black.
Row 3 inside in the Ogden Motorsports car number 3, it's Derek Ogden, position number 5, and Matthew Ogden will line up at a position number 6.
Thomas Vickers will start in your 4th and final row, and to the outside, the 80 machine of Brian Gunderson. 8 cars, 7 go on, 1 goes home, here in your first last chance qualifier.
Yeah, you hate to send one car home, but, I mean, at the end of the day, these drivers, they've been told, they can only do what has been told by what has been set up on the server. Patricia, yes, the race server is foggy, so get your fog lights on, turn them on, because it's hard to see here, Alex, and tell you what, it just makes our job just that little bit harder.
What do you mean? Fog is better than dust, and especially for us there, as the green flag is out here. Enerkin already up to the top side there. He taps the wall here as he goes to the outside of the 98 of Michael Kennedy. Kennedy to the inside there, side by side. That battle is for your lead early on here, but keep an eye on that mid-pack to the back there. Thomas Vickers holds on to your 7th and final transfer spot, but here's Nick Baum now at outside, and Scooter Black, Derek Ogden right there as well. So everyone right now fighting for position in the feature event, but that's always up for grabs.
Well, just think about what we're seeing. Oh no, Scooter Black gets turned there. Oh no, one car upside down. He's back on all 4. Scooter Black, as we're going to go yellow. If we caught that one live as it happened. Alex was just going to say, just noticing in how the drivers. Oh, let's get that off. Playing on the correct speed. So here is UltimateDirtTV replay. Ogden just gets into the back of Scooter Black, and then Carnage just ensues from there. But Alex, while we've got sort of a quick second, because we don't have too much time to talk about this sort of stuff, especially on a track like FairBury with how quick the yellows are. You go back to Heat 4, Alex. You look at the way that Hollander and John Ruggiero battled it out. They were doing it on the bottom in the top 3 and 4. You're seeing a lot of the drivers in this B main working the middle side at both ends of the racetrack, and I doubt that the track has changed that much. And you know, looking at the bottom in 1 and 2, there's not a whole lot there anymore.
Oh yeah, as you see, a lot of guys went to the bottom side there. Heat race number 1, 2, and 3. The bottom side was live and die there in 1 and 2, but there's still bottom side in 3 and 4. That will come in handy later on. So take a note of that one for later on in that feature event. But the green flag back out here in last chance qualifier number 1. Here comes Kennedy to the inside of Enerkin one more time. That battle is for your lead, but here comes the 0-2 and Nick Baum right behind.
Yeah, Nick Baum has gone to the top side in turns 1, cuts it back down to the middle, down the back straightaway. Gets a piece of the concrete wall, he'll go upstairs. They're getting a little tight on the entry into the turn. Don't smoke with these drivers. They'll have to make some adjustments to their setups as they get ready for an A-main 60 lap. But They've got to get through this B main. They've got to finish inside the top 7. You don't want to be that one car to finish in 8th, because if you finish in 8th, well, that means your night is done. 5.5 to run, Alex Kennedy and Nick Baum. Now Baum to the inside with a slight jump into 3 and 4.
Nick Baum makes the move for the second spot, but here comes Canady back to the inside. It's the 98, it's the 02. The 02 now gets slid back from Canady, gets into him there. And now there's the one that's Vickers, gets into Baum there. Everyone's still keeping it straight there.
Oh,
so an impressive point of driving there for the 02 of Nick Baum and Thomas Vickers, but it opens the door for the 80 of Ryan Gunderson.
Yeah, Gunderson just waiting patiently, working the bottom side. In 1 and 2, middle, he'll go into 3 and 4. Vickers to the outside, looking through the black, battling with Matthew Ogden. Right now, Derek Ogden in the 3 car will be the only car from this B main to miss out as Vickers. He goes to the top side. Alex, have you done many laps here on a late model around FairBury?
Actually, you know what? I brought the old Pro late model out here when they opened the track for some practice sessions earlier in the week. So I got to test out this track on slick and tacky. So it's been an interesting time here. But man, oh man, it's a tough one as well.
All right, well, the Ogden boys going to battle out for 7th and 8th as just the Enterprise will win B main number 1 and kind of got away from it there as the checkered flag is out, and you will have your 7 cars going through, and those 7 drivers will be Jesse Entikin, Michael Canady, Nick Baum, Thomas Vickers, Brian Gunderson, your top 5, Scooter Black 6, and Derek Ogden in position number 7. Unfortunately for Matthew Ogden, well, he's about a 10th off from going through the show, and he will unfortunately miss out in tonight's John Deere Wade Incorporated 60 Pro Late Model main event. B main number 2, Alex, take a look at the starting grid.
Starting on the pole, the 13 for Rocket Esports, it's Travis St. Clair to the outside, the 8 of Jason Moore.
Brennan Weeks, 22, will start position number 3. Devin Nelson drives car 6. He'll start from position number 4.
Joey Reeder will start on the inside of row number 3 to the outside. It's Michael Wooden in the 18.
And Adam Abbott in the 69 will start position number 7. And the Hood Up Motorsports caliber 23 of Matt George will start in position number 8. Alex, you got the same thing, 8 cars. Only the top 7 will be eligible for your main event. The green flag about the fly, Travis St. Clair, will lead us off turn number 4. We are racing in your final last chance qualifier.
The 13 machine of Travis St. Clair off to a strong start. There comes Moore now to the outside of Brendan Weeks. There, those two are battling it out now. Nelson and Reeder coming after him, as well as Nelson now in that 6 machine. Right behind Brendan Weeks and Jason Moore as those two go side by side once more. There's a battle in front and behind that 6 of Devin Nelson.
Yeah, a couple of lines real racing. Look at the left front there of the 18, Michael Wooden. He was really picking the left front up in turns 3 and 4 now. Look at Devin Nelson coming in to make it a 3-car battle right now with Jason Moore in the 8 and Brennan Weeks in the 22. Nelson unsure where to go. He can't go top, he can't go bottom. It's only left him in the middle of the line, but now he'll go to the outside and Brennan Weeks down into turns 3 and 4, get to the cushion. Meanwhile, Travis St. Clair in that number 13 machine. Alex, we've kicked off 4 laps very quickly around the FairBury American Legion Speedway.
Devin Nelson in the 3rd spot right now, battling it out with Brendan Weeks as Weeks now takes over the 3rd spot. Him and Nelson going at it side by side. Those two still at it. The 22, that's Brendan Weeks. The 6 of Devin Nelson. That battle is for your 3rd spot, but they're catching up there. The 8 machine is in their sights. That's Jason Moore in the 2nd spot.
Well, Travis St. Clair closing in on half-range distance front. As you said, Jason Moore looking to close in on the race leader. He'll go to the top side. St. Clair continues to work the bottom side. Brendan Weeks challenging Devin Nelson now for positions 3 into turn number 1 and 2. We're about halfway home this time by. This will be 8 down with 7 remaining, and your battle is on between Nelson and Weeks. They continue to go side by side.
Nelson and Weeks still go at it here. The 22 and the 6 machine. Nelson holds on by a slight advantage to the 3rd spot. Here comes Weeks back down to the inside. The 22 machine has looked sharp in the middle, too high to bottom line, while Nelson up top has held his own. These two running two different lines, but now Weeks gaining ground after running the top side. Now watch for a move here. He's going to go back to the inside here. So the inside looks to be there for 3 and 4 for the 22, but still he's going to try and hold it there.
Closing in on your race leader is the 8 of Jason Moore, driving that Hoosier number 8. Looking to take away the race lead from Travis St. Clair. We are 11 laps deep into B main number 2. Again, this will line up the outside row. Adam Abbott is the only car from B main number 2 that is going to miss out. So, unfortunately, he won't take any further part in the rest of the evening. 3 to run for Travis St. Clair. And it's taken all but 13 and a half laps for Jason Moore to close in and challenge for the race lead. 2 to run, Alex. It's going to be a barn burner.
Jason Moore gaining ground on that 13 machine on the top side. Travis St. Clair trying to play it safe right now. He's already in the show. It's a miracle if he would drop back that far, but with Adam Abbott's out, he's locked in the show, so he's trying to see that bottom side. White flag is out. Here comes Moore down to the outside. Going at it side by side. They go the 8, the 13 machine going at it. The Travis St. Clair to the bottom side. The 8 of Moore up top. It's going to be a close one down to the finish line. Who's going to take it? And it's going to be St. Clair unofficially taking home last chance qualifier number 2. Moore in second and Weeks in third. But we're going to wait because that was a close finish. We're going to wait and see your official results here. And we're going to see who takes it home here, and it's going to be Travis St. Clair for .098 of seconds there for Travis St. Clair, Jason Moore, Brendan Weeks, Devin Nelson, Joey Reeder, Michael Wooden, and Matt George going on to the show. Adam Abbott will miss the show by that one spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we will step aside momentarily for some commercial messages, and we will be back for the feature event. Again, this is the John Deere Wade Incorporated 60 at the FairBury American Legion Speedway.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to UltimateDirtTV coverage of the John Deere Wade Incorporated 60 Pro Late Models here at the FairBury American Legion Speedway, live across Facebook and YouTube. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Alex Robinson. Alex, it's feature event time, and well, we have got 22 cars getting set to take to the racetrack. Let's go through your starting grid. Position number 22, it is Matt George. And position number 21, Derek Ogden.
Starting in the 20th spot, the 18 of Michael Wooden to the inside. The 19th spot goes to the 5 for D1RT. It's Scooter Black.
Position number 18 will be the 011 of Joey Reed on his inside. The 80 of Brian Gunderson, position number 17.
Starting in the 16th spot, the New Yorker in the 6th. It's Devin Nelson to the inside. The 1 of Thomas Vickers.
14th starter is going to be the 22 of Brennan Weeks to the inside. The 02 Ace Motorsports 02. It's Nick Baum.
Starting in the 12th spot, the 8, it's Jason Moore to the inside. The 98 of Michael Kennedy.
Trevor St. Clair will start position number 10 in car 13 to the inside. The 01 or the 1 Hunt the front. Jesse Entigan, position number 9.
Paul Hollander will start 8th in the 08 machine to the inside. The 70 of Davin Cardwell.
0P for Hunter Parsons will start from position number 6. Driving the 100, Kenneth Payne will start position number 5.
Don Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 for D1RT starts on the outside of row number 2 to the inside. Rocket Racing setups 26. It's Sage Luther.
Outside your front row, driving the 171, position number 2, it's Brandon Freeberg. And starting from pole position, driving the 357 entry, that is Troy Vaughan. It's time for your John Deere Wade Incorporated 60 main events, 60 laps around the FairBury American Legion Speedway, the Pro Late Models, presented by NMRH right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are green for your main event. We head off down into turn number 1 and 2, and they're already 2, 3, nearly 4 wide through the opening turn. Brandon Freeberg gets to the cushion into turn number 3 and 4, who will lead lap number 1 at the line. We're going to give that one to Brandon Freeberg, but Vaughan back up on the inside. Look at Ruggiero all over the inside, all over the left rear quarter panel there of Sage Luther.
Now you look, Hunter Parsons goes to the outside. He took it 3 wide there momentarily. Now he gets by Sage Luther. That battle is on for your 3rd spot because there's John Ruggiero Jr. as well. So Hunter Parsons and Davin Cardwell now in the mix as he is getting by Sage Luther there as well. So Davin Cardwell moves up, as remember, he was almost not going to come to this racetrack tonight in the late models, but he did, and now he is making it worth his time. He's battling it out for a top 5 spot right now with Sage Luther, Paul Hollander behind as well. So Davin Cardwell now into the top 5.
Yeah, those contact. Hollander got into the side of Sage Luther. Look at Davin Cardwell. Next time by as he goes into 1 and 2. Look at the left front. It won't even touch the ground until they get into turn 3. Here it is. Watch it. Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. Look at the left front. Just pick up all the way down the back straight. There it touches it down into turn 3. Parsons into the wall. Ruggiero on by into position number 2. Freeberg, your leader. Troy Vaughan and Sage Luther, they go side by side. Now look at Cardwell getting a run on Vaughan. 3 wide down into 3 and 4. Here comes Davin Cardwell right through the middle of the racetrack. And we are yellow. Wow, what a couple of laps that was. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Scooter Black in the 5 machine had some issues though with Derek Ogden in the 3 car, yeah. And in comes the 18 entry as well of Michael Wooden. And unfortunately that will bring on the first caution flag of the evening. Well, Alex, that was a few laps to open up with, and again we've seen some good racing, some 2 wide action, 3 wide action, and some good battles on this racetrack.
Good battles indeed right now. But talk about this one again. Remember, with Damian Kiefer not in attendance tonight, we could look at a first-time winner this season with the 171 of Brandon Freeberg, John Ruggiero Jr. When is the last time we talked to him in Victory Lane? We talked to him on some podiums, but when's the last time that 44 got parked in Victory Lane? But again, some first-time winners, that 171, Sage Luther also in the mix there. who knows? You could have a hard charger. You could have Kansas. You could have St. Clair. You could have Kenneth Payne in victory lane. You never know what we could get here. But on this restart, it's all going to come down to timing. On this track, do not spin the tires.
Well, we're going to use the hashtag Blame Alex as a good one this time, Alex, because was it you that was talking to John? He was saying, he needs to pull his finger out and find a way to victory lane. Ever since he's spoken to you, he's had a good run. He's had a couple of ponies, and this just might be the night where he gets that elusive win.
It might be, but we got to wait and find out here because the green flag is back out. We're closing in on 10 laps in the book here. As you see the 357 machine having some problems there. That's Troy Vaughn, and there comes your new leader, the 44, John Ruggiero Jr. Caution flag is out.
Oh, that might be heartbreak for Ruggiero, because if that's the case, if we go back to the last recorded lap, Alex, Brandon Freeberg might just have the race lead here. We'll wait and see, because we'll wait for the timing and scoring. I'm not sure what the caution flag was for. Maybe Scooter Black in the 5, who's sitting at the back of the field. So at this stage, John Ruggiero still holds on to the race lead. Brandon Freeberg runs in second, Hunter Parsons in third, Sage Luther in fourth. Rounding up the top 5 is Davin Carville. Jesse Enterkin has moved up to position number 6. Remember, Jesse Enterkin actually had to come from the B main. It was B main number 1, so he started out of position number 9. He's already made his way up a couple of spots. And looks like we've got some connection issues for my co-commentator, Alex Robinson, so hopefully he'll be able to join us back in the booth very shortly. Alex, you got a copy?
We're back.
Welcome back. And look at that. You didn't miss a single lap. You didn't miss a single green flag lap, I should say.
I know. I feel special now because guess what? I get to see the green flag come right back out here. And oh boy, the 44 machine going to go in a lot sideways. And it's going to cost him the lead because the 171 now retakes that lead. But here comes Sage Luther. Here comes Hunter Parsons. And they're bringing the rest of the pack with them here. So if this long green flag on this track here, 10, 15 laps of green flags, you might hit lap traffic by then.
Oh, absolutely. We are certainly going to hit lap traffic as long as we're not playing by yellows. Look at this, 3 wide, Enterkin, Parsons, and Davin Carwell. They go 3 wide through 1 and 2. There was talks earlier on in the night, Alex, whether to reset the track or whether they should just let it roll over. Majority of the drivers said let it roll over, so now this is why you are seeing such a slick racetrack as still Brandon Freeberg, your race leader. There's not a whole lot of moisture left in it. You still see cars bouncing into turn number 3. Ruggiero looking to the bottom side of the racetrack in 1 and 2. But Brandon Freeberg, he's got that top side on lockdown at the moment.
John Ruggiero Jr. that bottom side there in 3 and 4. It's still there just in 1 and 2. There's not much moisture. It's not much speed. He holds on to keep it even with him there. But he needs to get a run if he's trying to take back that lead from the 171 of Brandon Freeberg. Freeberg holds on to the lead as that top side looks to be dominant here. As you have Freeberg, Luther, Cardwell, Parsons, Enterkin. They're all running the top side. As now Ruggiero Jr. going to join the freight train around the top.
This is just a great battle all the way throughout this field. It's still Freeberg, Ruggiero, Davin Carwell around the outside on stage loop. Move Davin Carwell to position 3. Jesse Enterkin has bitten the bullet. He's gone to the top side. Now Parsons on the inside now of Sage Luther. He slides up and well parks it on the nose of the 26. Alex, it's very easy to do.
And now Sage Luther, remember, he was just up there in the 3rd spot. He's back into the 7th spot here as he battles with Paul Hollander there for that 6th spot. But Hunter Parsons, Jesse Enterkin, Davin Cardwell, all 3 cars got by that 26 machine here. So can the 26 get back up? You see a slide job by Enterkin on Hunter Parsons now. That battle is for your 4th spot.
Well, you cannot blink. You cannot take your eyes off what is going on the racetrack at the moment. Enterkin, look at 3 wide again. Ruggiero, Cardwell, they're in lap traffic. They get by the 18 of Michael Wooden. There goes Gunderson back to pit road, just in front of 2nd and 3rd. That's 1, 2, and 3 on screen. 1/3 of the race distance complete, Alex. 20 down and 40 remaining.
Brandon Freeberg has led pretty much, if not all laps. He might have led 98% of these laps so far, as David Carvel in the second spot, John Ruggiero Jr. in third. But watch out for Eder King, because caution flag looms once more.
So, it's just replying to Stephen Turbeville. Turbo, we'll get you sorted after this one, buddy, and appreciate you trying to support the channel. And actually, we had another supporter as well while we're actually off air, so I'll get you that here in a minute. Who's that car in it? Who's that car that's hanging upside down? Is that Nick Baum? Yeah, it is. That's Nick Baum hanging up on the fence. And Alex, I think it's safe to say that the catch fence has done its job, mate.
Catch fence, well, they caught him. But Nick Baum sitting there hoping, here's the thing. With caution laps not counting, you would think you would have been smart enough to go in the pits, hope for the towing to be short, get back out there as soon as possible. But now that you're sitting on the track, it's going to take longer for that tow. It's going to take longer to get ready to work on that car, and you could be a few more laps down.
So we're still waiting for the lights to turn off on the pace truck, and then we will go back to some green flag laps at the virtual FairBury American Legion Speedway. Pretty good. It's a pretty tight racetrack, pretty tough to get around, especially when you got pro late models. I mean, you look at the track, Alex, and you think, oh yeah, you can get to 2 or 3 wide here, but I mean, when you're sitting in the cockpit of that race car, the track actually seems smaller than what it actually is. So we're about to go back green, hopefully this time by. Wait for the lights to turn off on the pace truck, and wait for the pace truck to move to the infield. Right, we're waiting on the lights to go up, making sure that race control is happy with how the lineup is sorted. And once that is sorted, we will then go back green. The lights are out, pace truck is in. It's going to stay off. The pace truck is going to stay to the infield. Brendan Freeberg has got lane choice, and he opted to go on the top side of the racetrack. Green flag is out. Carwell, Ruggiero, and Jesse Entigan, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Davin Carwell looking to close in on your race leader, but very quickly we are back to yellow. A few quick just a quick back-to-back caution. Unfortunately, this is what can happen at a track like FairBury. It just takes one little mistake from the car in front of you, and if the car makes a mistake in front of you, you get into the back of them, or if you check up and the guys don't check up behind you, it creates an accordion effect, and everybody can just get jumbled up, and it can block the racetrack. But unfortunately, we take the good with the bad. Ain't that right, Alex Robinson?
Absolutely.
Kind of like what you're facing right now with some storms coming through the area.
This is all day. I'm gonna mourn the death of my PC by the end of it, but it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Or something gets hurt.
Exactly. I'd rather have something than someone.
So
you can buy a repair, but you can't buy another human being.
Exactly right. Brandon Freeberg. Oh no, look out! Carwell and Ruggiero got stuck together, and Jesse Entigan says thank you very much, as does Hunter Parsons. Look at Carwell right back through the middle of the racetrack. Oh boy. Yellow yellow is what we have had in the last couple of laps.
I'm going to personally, after this race, go over to race control. Give them a piece of my mind because, you know, they did the one thing you do not do before a race. Oh, tonight's going to be a quick night. We're going to take care of this one. We're going to go quick, and this feature's going to get over ASAP.
It's FairBury. Ain't nothing quick about FairBury. FairBury is in the pile of a track like USA. And yeah, I'm going to go here, Alex. And a track like Williams Grove.
Here's the thing. Saying a night at FairBury is quick is like saying Williams Grove's features don't take 2 hours.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Actually, you know, they do happen. It's just 1 in a million.
They do happen when they only have like 15 cars.
Well, I said it before, I'll say it again. Alex, we're going to take the good with some of the bad sometimes. And if you know what, if it means we get to watch racing for just a little bit longer, I mean, I'll take that any day of the week. And I'm actually heading out tomorrow at about this time. I'll be heading up to Dubbo Speedway to call a real racetrack on Saturday. I'm going to spend the weekend up there kid-free. So happy days and happy life as we are green, as we are about to complete lap number 25 of 60, 35 remaining, 5 away from half race distance.
The 171 of Brandon Freeberg still leads. Here's the 44 of John Ruggiero Jr. Ruggiero Jr. in the 4th spot right now. He has Hunter Parsons, Sage Luther right behind him. He has Davin Cardwell and Jesse Anderkin right in front of him. So he has some company either way he goes. If he wants to force the issue early on here still in this feature, he could force it and go after Davin Cardwell, Jesse Anderkin. But if he sits back too long, then he'll have to put up with Hunter Parsons, Sage Luther. So it's a double entendre here. Do you want to deal with the guys in front of you, deal with the guys in back of you? Because you can't. It's a lose-lose in a matter of sense here, because no matter what, you're going to be battling someone.
Yeah, exactly right. Stephen Turbeville, thank you for those 300 stars, buddy. Very, very much appreciated. Brandon Freeberg, the 171, as the yellow flag comes out. Was leading through 1 and 2. And there is Brennan Wick back on pit road. Stephen Turbeville coming in clutch again with another 100. He's just he's sending stars like they're going out of fashion, this bloke. Thank you, Turbo.
Well, Mr. Wheeler, you talk about this weekend that you got going on. You're going to the races. I am not going to the races, but if you were paying attention during the commercial break, you saw World of Outlaw Morton Billings Super Late Models on DirtVision.com this coming weekend. They will be next weekend, they will be at Circle City and Plymouth Speedway next weekend, and then State Line Speedway and Thunder Mountain Speedway in Pennsylvania. Those will be some of the tracks that the Morton Building Super Late Models are at. And again, if you can't make it to the raceway, tune in live to see them on DirtVision.com. Again, you can get a subscription at DirtVision.com and see the Morton Building World of Outlaw Late Models. And if you wanted to see Bristol, that is in their vault. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't get the 10 Bristol Motor Speedway, I highly recommend you log in by Dirt Vision and you can watch those late models go around Bristol.
Turbo, once again. No, I think that's 700 now. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are not too far away from going back green flag racing. I'm going to say that is about 1,000 stars you just sent, buddy. So appreciate the support. The notifications are still going. I'm actually losing count of how many you've actually sent. So
Stephen Turbeville being a very generous person here tonight as he is tuning in here. He is one of the best supporters. I can speak English there, Mr. Wheeler.
Oh boy, you can't script this stuff, Alex. 30 down, 30 to go. We're officially halfway home.
I can't speak English, but all I know is Brandon Freeberg knows how to run one of these pro late models at FairBury as he still holds on to lead. Jesse Enterkin in second, but he's under some pressure here. Remember a few weeks ago, Mr. Wheeler, the caution. But the one machine of Enterkin, the 70 of Davin Cardwell, it came down to the final restart for those two battling it out for a podium spot. Enterkin took home second. Cardwell took home third that night. And that was one of the first times. That was actually the first time I ever got to interview the number one of Jesse Enterkin.
Yeah, he's been pretty racy the last sort of couple of months that we've seen him here on UltimateDirtTV. Whether it's running pro late models, whether it's running super late models, you know what you're going to get out of the number one machine. He just somehow finds a way, like a lot of the good drivers do. They just find a way to the front. Whether it's just putting themselves in good positions throughout the night, of course, and just making sure that they get through the first half of the race. And no doubt that'll be the game plan for some of these drivers here tonight. 60 laps around FairBury. Essentially, Alex, it's not a whole lot of time to get to the front, considering that how small this racetrack is and how many cars you've got to get through. You get through the first half of the race, then you set yourself up for what will basically be a second part 30 lap main event for those final 30 laps, and that's where you want to be to put yourself in good shape.
Yeah, and you got to think about this here for a second. When we have fixed late model races, everyone's on the same amount of fuel. Here, it's open setup, open ball game. Guess what? That fuel makes a big difference, and if you're running a small thing of fuel and you think you can last, it's going to be a short night for you here. But Hunter Parsons, he parked it in the pits there in that last caution, so he is out of tonight's action with Brendan Weeks, Matt George, and Gunderson as well. So here we go, 18 cars still on the track here, 33 laps in the book, as it's Freeberg, Enterkin, and Cardwell, and then, got to talk about it here, 33 laps in the book. And Brandon Freeberg has led over 90% of them. Slide job there by Enterkin, and you see there lap traffic already on the horizon.
Yeah, I believe, talking of race control, in the lead up to tonight's event, they were telling me that the 2 caution rule is in effect. So if you're involved in 2 cautions, you will be asked to park it for the evening. Look at Rogério going down to the bottom side. Jesse Enterkin, your race leader. Vickers pulls to the pits. Cardwell now, we're looking for the slide job, but we are yellow. Jeez, a timely yellow for the likes of Brandon Freeberg, who was potentially about to get swallowed up there by Davin Cardwell.
So you see the one machine now has taken over the lead, but again, we'll be 37 laps into this feature event. Brandon Freeberg has led at least 32 laps there. So again, he's over 90% still of laps led in this feature event here. So not too shabby there for the 171. And again, this is the coming out party for some of these drivers because they've been in the shadow of the zero of Damian Kiefer, Enterkin, Cardwell. For someone like Brandon Freeberg, this is a coming out party. You're in between the two of them right now, but you led most of this race.
Well, we're now going to see what Brandon Freeberg is made of because, as you said, he's led since the drop of the green flag. He hasn't had much to deal with in regards to challenges for the race lead. He's now obviously had those challenges for that race lead where Jesse Enterkin has been able to put the pressure on the 171 of Brandon Freeberg. The big question is, Alex, how does Brandon Freeberg respond and putting the pressure back on Jesse Enterkin? Because Jesse Enterkin, whether it's on in the virtual world or out in the real world, you know what you get out of him. You know he's going to be cool, calm, and collected.
Cool, calm, and collected. That's what you need here with some cautions in this long feature event. So let's see who keeps the coolest head and who prevails here tonight. Because you have Enterkin, you have Freeberg, you have Cardwell, Ruggiero Jr., Sage Luther, your top 5. Look who's in 6th. Mr. Wheeler, I'll let you, when it comes around, I'll let you look at yourself. Kenneth Payne up to 6th. Remember, he finished 2nd in his heat race. Let me double check that. Yeah, 2nd in his heat race there. Green flag back out on the raceway. He's up to the 6th spot here. And his guy who beat him there in his heat race, number 1, the 357, that's Troy Vaughn. He's right behind him in the 7th spot.
A bit of redemption there from Kenneth Payne, watching Brandon Freeberg, Davin Cardwell, Turbo. Thank you. I don't know how many you sent, but appreciate the support, buddy. Enterkin still leads the race. Here comes Cardwell with a slight job and nearly takes her nose off the 171 machine of Brendan Freeberg. Freeberg back to the inside. Now it's Freeberg turning to slide up. Cardwell comes back through the middle. John Ruggiero 3 wide down the back straightaway. And Brendan Freeberg, he's going to go from second back to fourth. And Ruggiero is going to do the opposite. Going to go from fourth to second. Still 3 wide down into turn number 1.
Davin Cardwell now going to the outside of Ruggiero Jr. The 44 machine holds the inside there. He might be giving away too many secrets early on here, but 20 laps to go in this feature event here. Jesse Enterkin is your leader. John Ruggiero Jr. holds on to the second spot right now between Davin and Cardwell. Cardwell in the 70 machine up top. Here comes the 171 once more. That is Brandon Freeberg. Freeberg trying to get back on the podium spot, but this battle side by side, it's the 70 and the 44.
Yeah, Cardwell in the 70. That's Davin Cardwell on the top side. Now John Ruggiero. He thought, well, you know what? It's not working for me on the bottom side of the racetrack. So he's gone up top into 3 and 4. Now he'll go back to the bottom side. Enterkin starting to get into lap traffic once again. Thomas Vickers, the first car once again to be on the list of the one. So the one of Jesse Enterkin gets by the one of Thomas Vickers. Vickers rolls the bottom side. You still watch Davin Cardwell hold on to position number 2. John Ruggiero in third. Brendan Freeberg and now Sage Luther. He moves to position 5 with Kenneth Payne slotting back there in position number 6.
As you see, there's John Ruggiero Jr. here. This lap traffic getting involved here. That's Vickers right now getting by Davin Cardwell. Cardwell on the top side. Everyone has to go to the top. There's all the lap traffic going to the inside there. So you see a lot of respect between some of these lap cars here between them and the leader cars of Enterkin, Cardwell, and Ruggiero Jr. But now, who's going to make the gutsy call and go after and make it 3 wide with them and a lap car?
Well, that's going to be a good question. We'll have to wait and find out. Alex, we're closing in on 10 to run. We've got 13 to be exact this time. By past the start finish line on the front straight away. Jesse Enterkin in the lead by what is about 9/10 of a second over Davin Cardwell. There goes the 6 of Devin Delson. Already been put a lap down by Jesse Enterkin. Now Ruggiero holding under position 3. He'll now go to the bottom side into turn number 1 and 2. Drift to the middle of the racetrack. Brandon Freeberg comes after Ruggiero. Thought about going to the inside, but Ruggiero, he protected that line down into turn number 3. And he still holds on to the third spot on the podium. But Davin Cardwell closing in right now on your race leader, Jesse Enterkin.
Davin Cardwell closing in, but here it is. 10 laps to run in this feature event. Enterkin still leads. Davin Cardwell in second, but that 70 machine, he told you, Brett Wheeler, he guaranteed himself a win here tonight. Can he knock off the one machine of Jesse Enterkin right now? Because Enterkin still leads. Lap traffic going to become an issue here sooner than later because there's still some lap cars and there's still some laps to run.
Well, Joey Reeder could be the man that decides the fate of one of these drivers. Enterkin in the one machine. Davin Cardwell in the 70. They both ride the cushion through turn number 1. Down to the middle, out of turn number 2 as they head off into 3. Oh! Enterkin into the wall. Davin Cardwell opens up on the inside. They went 3 wide with the lap car of Joey Reeder. And Davin Cardwell, your new race leader, with 6.5 to go.
Davin Cardwell in the 60 machine now is your leader. 70 machine. That is Davin Cardwell, Jesse Enterkin, Brandon Freeberg in the third spot here. But look ahead of the 70 machine. There's 3-4 cars of lap traffic there, and they are going at it 3 wide right now. So where is the 70 machine going to go? He has only a few options here, and there might be some costly ones as well. So here comes Davin Cardwell. You see that's the 8 machine. That is Jason Moore, Michael Kennedy, and it looks like Nick Baum are going to be the next victims here on Davin Cardwell's hit list.
Well, he's about to pick one off. He's about to pick Jason Moore off. Jason Moore goes down. Succumbs to lap traffic. Succumbs to being a lap down. Davin Cardwell. 3 seconds remaining. Alex, and again, he is starting to divulge into heavy lap traffic. Kennedy in the 98 machine. He'll go to the bottom. 2 to run, Alex, this time by.
Davin Cardwell is out in front here. Enterkin right behind him here. Is Enerkin going to make a move here with 2 to run, or is he going to hold back and wait for a one final slider attempt there? You see there's 2 cars in front of him. They're battling it out side by side. Where's Devin Cardwell going to go? White flag in the air. Cardwell going to take him 3 wide here. He's going to put 2 cars in between him and Jesse Enerkin. Now the window closes for Enerkin. Lap traffic in the way. Here goes Freeberg now as they're going to take it 4 wide. Oh, jeez mighty. Devin Cardwell wins. Freeberg second. John Ruggiero Jr. comes home in third.
Wow, man, Jesse Enerkin must be filthy right now. And there's nothing that he can do about it. You cannot complain about it just for the simple fact that, well, those lap cars, Alex, just like everybody else, they've got a right to be on the racetrack. But, man, that really come down to the wire. Let's take a look at your official results here. 60 laps is in the books. The John Deere Weight Incorporated 60 Pro late models. Davin Cardwell is your winner. Brandon Freeberg second, and how about John Ruggiero Jr. sneaks home in position number 3. Then you go back to Jesse Enerkin fourth. Rounding out your top 5 will be Sage Luther.
Kenneth Payne coming home in 6th tonight. Derek Ogden in 7th. Travis St. Clair, Troy Vaughn, and Nick Baum round out your top 10.
Scooter Black in position number 11. Jason Moore, position 12. Joey Reeder, 13th. 14th is Devin Nelson. And 15th is Michael Wooden.
16th is going to be Michael Kennedy. 17th, Thomas Vickers. Paul Hollander. And 18th, Hunter Parsons. Brendan Weeks, Matt George, and Brian Gunderson round out your feature results. And I'm going to wait for my boss here. Brett Wheeler, are we going straight into interviews?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you pick. You can take first and third, or you can take second.
I'll take first and third.
Right, there we go.
So we're going to go right down here and talk to the winner in the 70 machine, Davin Cardwell. And man, oh man, you came into tonight, you said something about a win, that you were guaranteeing us a win here, and you delivered on the message there. But talk about the gutsy move there at the last lap. They're taking lap cars 3 wide to secure the win.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, my car, it just fired up there about 10 to go. My car really struck off there, and we went from running about 6s and 5s to about 2s there. So we picked up, and I started reeling in Jesse, so I just knew that being consistent was going to catch him. And, after we caught him there, and after I kind of got into him a little bit, but he also hit the wall. So, just riding along behind him there and just waiting for a mistake, and it happened. And then the lap cars, the last lap, really scared me there. So I was going to either door one or I was going to pass him like that, and we actually passed him clean. So we'll take it, and I'm glad to get our first win here.
Now, we heard the rumors that you might not be here tonight in action, but those rumors were false. You showed up here, and talk about it here. You got to be a lot happier now that you showed up and you got yourself a win.
I was really debating there if I should run the money show or if I should just come run for points. And, so we came and run for points and try to get the money at the end of the season. And, I think it really paid off, and I'm glad that I did tonight.
Well, it's a first-time series winner here tonight in the 70 machine. There's a lot of great sponsors on that machine. Who do you have to thank for getting you your first win this season?
I got to thank ML Performance, Mimi's making the motion, Bobby Hunts, Jennifer Hunts. I got to thank Scooter Black for making this awesome wrap, my girlfriend for watching and supporting, and I got to thank Cody for putting this whole deal on, and you and Brett for broadcasting this whole deal.
That is your winner, the 70 machine of Davin Cardwell and Brett Wheeler. You get to talk with a guy here that we don't get to talk very often to. That's the 171 of Brandon Freeberg.
Yeah, we'll go down the line. Chat to whoever comes home in second spot here tonight, Brandon Freeberg. Brandon, congratulations on second place here tonight. Well, you led a bunch of laps at the start, but man, those guys behind you, they put the pressure and they made you really pay for that one. But, man, you got to be happy with second spot.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm thrilled. I did not expect to run that well. I used to race here in real life, and so I know the track well, but honestly in the sim, I've never really been that great here, especially since the tire update. It seems like it's been bottom dominant, but tonight it got slick enough. The top came in, and it just stayed there.
Talk us through what the racetrack was actually like out there tonight. Obviously, we heard during the practice here tonight that the track was going to carry over all night, so you just knew that it was going to get black slick from top to bottom. Looking at it in 3 and 4 from outside looking in, was it bump? Did it feel bumpy as what it looked?
Oh my gosh, it was terrible. It's definitely the roughest track I've raced in the game. I mean, I watched the spring fling and that was pretty rough, but this had to be up there. Going into turn 3 there, I about went out the pit exit like 3 times. I feel like that's actually how Jesse got around me. I hit that bump and shot into the wall, and he snuck under me there. But yeah, it was definitely gnarly.
Obviously with
Just booger slick.
Yeah, obviously with iRacing, laser scanning, all the racetrack that they have here on the sim. You spoke about racing here in real life. How close to real life is it on the sim?
I tell you what, it's pretty remarkable, really. I mean, it is spot on. I mean, not just the track and the banking and the surface, but I mean, even down to the details, the pits and the victory lane and the scales. I mean, they got it all right. It's like I raced there for 5 years or so, and I'm telling you, it is dead on. They've even got like in turn 3 and 4 where they got the paint on the wall. That's kind of a flat spot, and you even notice that in the game for sure.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, buddy. Hats off to you in the 171 machine for coming home in second spot. Before we let you go, Brandon, we'll throw the mic back to you one final time. Sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes, buddy, who helps you week in and week out?
Yeah, for sure. All the guys at Rocket Esports. We got a really good thing going there. Great team, good chemistry. ML Performance, Matt Logan, he's helped us a lot these last month or 2 months or so with setups and getting things dialed in. And then Diggs by D1RT. We run a lot of their setups straight off the shelf. That stuff's really good. Freeburg Racing Components, Dyer's Top Rods, Bergson Racing, 309 Designs, everybody. Yeah, just really happy with how well we ran tonight.
No, buddy, well done on second spot, and hopefully we'll see you back here, or not.
Yeah, thanks to you guys for putting on the stream, and thanks to Cody for the league too.
All right, we'll hopefully see you back next week. Brandon Freeburg, ladies and gentlemen, home in second spot. Alex, you caught up with third place finisher John Ruggiero Jr.
And I went from 1 week ago saying I never get to talk to this man in the 44 to getting him twice in 1 week already. The D1RT 44 John Ruggiero Jr. And talk about that finish there. You sneak in underneath and you take away that third spot.
Yeah, I certainly got lucky on that one. Yeah, I don't even know what to say, dude. That track was insane. I don't know if you could tell in the broadcast, but the back straightaway was so rough. And I certainly wasn't set up for anything quite like that. And I was just holding on. So to come home third, I'm not going to complain because I certainly didn't have a third place card, but all in all, I want to say congrats to Devin on the win and Brandon on running second. Jesse, I hate it for him, obviously, but that's just a part of it sometimes. And yeah, all in all, it wasn't bad.
And now we know you got some great teammates backing you up in that 44 machine. Who do you have to thank for getting you on the podium here for the second time this week?
First of all, once again, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. Really appreciate what you guys do each and every week. I got to thank everybody at D1RT Racing, Matt Logan, just Blake Majulis, all the guys that help out each week. I do want to say the Rocket Esports team with Brandon Freeburg, Travis St. Clair, and them guys that were in the race tonight. I want to thank them as well. I was able to hang out with them tonight and work on some Pro Late Model stuff. It's not something I primarily focus on, so their help was tremendous, and that's why I'd like to say congrats to Brandon on second. And he helped me out just enough to get me a podium, so we'll take it.
That is your third place finisher of John Ruggiero Jr. Brett Wheeler, I'm going to send it over to you to close us out.
All right, well, thank you very much, Alex. Again, John Deere and the Wade Incorporated 60 Pro Late Models presented by NMRH. The Pro Late Models at FairBury American Legion Speedway will wrap us up for another week and catch all the action right here each and every week on Facebook and YouTube. And again, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, of course, all free. And again, Stephen Tobin, thank you very much for, I don't know how many stars you sent, but thank you very much, buddy. The support is much appreciated. Again, a big thank you to all the sponsors behind the scenes over at NMRH as well that make all this possible. And we certainly love bringing you all the action week in and week out. Still about 4 or 5 weeks left to come in this evening again. Live across Facebook and YouTube. Big thank you to, of course, World of Thunder Esports League, SRT Australia, FEGPC, Heatwave Designs, Locked On Lads, Spartan Transportation, and SpeedShop51.com. Until next time, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV and the management behind the scenes, On behalf of Alex Robinson, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.